This is taken from the Weathervane, which is a Celtic play available as an ebook, and this is called An Empty Space. An empty space is in my bed and also in my heart, for you belonged to me alone and never would we part. An empty space is in my heart and also in my head, for time will heal all our wounds, at least that's what they said. An empty space is in my head and also in my home, for now you're gone but I'm still here and I am all alone. An empty space is in my home and also in my life, for I gave you all my love and you became my wife. An empty space is in my life and also in my dreams, for not everything is black and white or what it seems. An empty space is in my dreams and also in my mind, for what's the point of carrying on when life is so unkind? An empty space is in my mind, and that's how it will stay, for emptiness is all I'll have until my dying day. Thank you very much. Okay, this here is another one from the Weathervane, and this one is called Those Were the Days. As I walk on down the road, I look back at my memories. I look back upon a time when life was such a breeze. I see those days back in the past when I was just a child. We'd play around in the street, always running wild. We had no worries and no fears, we didn't have a care. We'd hear no evil, see no evil. To us, it was not there. And if life ever tripped us up, and we fell and grazed our knee, we'd go home and put a plaster on, and be back out after tea. Then childhood becomes adolescence, when we reach our teens, and we start then to realise what living really means. As young girls get strange pains each month, as their body clocks start engaging, while young boys bleed almost as much, cutting themselves while shaving. Summer evenings spent hanging around with friends are such a lark, as boys and girls looking to learn about love grope about in the dark. Yes, we'd lark about and we'd make a mess and we'd drive everybody mad. But to us, those were the days, the best we ever had. Thank you. Okay, this here is another one, again from the Weathervane, a Celtic play available at the moment on an ebook, and this one is a story about a highwayman who was stalking the land, and it's called The Shadow. There once was a highwayman, the Shadow was his name. In the dead of night he would come out and play his deadly game. Wearing darkened mask and cloak, astride a horse as black as night, he sees a traveller on the road, heading towards town in the moonlight. And at the crossroads at the top of the hill, in a very lonely spot, he orders the traveller to stand and deliver, or else he will be shot. He takes his money and his watch, with its solid pure gold chain, and gallops off into the night, back up into the hills from where he came. In the town, the word gets out that this man has struck once more. That's the third time this week. Will he dare to make it 4? The very next day, when the sun went down and darkness was everywhere, another traveller was on that road, and of impending danger he seemed unaware. But as he approached the crossroads, he noticed in his path the dark silhouette of a horseman wearing a black mask. The horseman came closer, with a pistol in his hand, and all the traveller's money this horseman did demand. But this traveller was not alone, for it was in fact a snare, and behind the bushes at the side of the road, armed soldiers were everywhere. From the roadside, the highwayman was shot straight through the head, and by the time he fell from his horse, he was already dead. Shortly afterwards, he was laid to rest in an unmarked grave. But even now, travellers on dark nights still do not feel safe. For it is said that though he's long dead, his spirit will not lie still, and his ghost can sometimes still be seen at the crossroads at the top of the hill. Thank you very much. Okay, this is the last one. Again, this is from the Weathervane, and this one is called The Orphan Girl. In the black of night, on the roughest seas, guided by the stars, on the rain-lashed decks of an open boat, stood a man with many scars. As his ship crashed through the waves, he was looking for familiar water, while next to him was his most precious cargo, his one and only daughter. As the storm got worse and the mast creaked, then crashed down on the deck, his beautiful ship was now in trouble and about to become a wreck. With no time to save himself, he manages to find an oar and gives it to his beloved child and watches her drift towards the safety of the shore. Washed up on a sandy cove, too tired to stand or walk, by the time we find her all alone, she still cannot even talk. Eventually she told to us her tale of what happened that fateful night, after we took her in like one of our own, making sure she'd be all right. She told us tales of long since past, of that beautiful ship with its great white mast, of her father in his captain's hat standing at the wheel, boldly slicing through the waves from the bow, mast and keel. After her mother was taken by the angels when she was just 13, they sailed proudly around the coast as a king and his queen. To her he was a hero, with a face scarred by the sea spray and sunlight, who promised he would keep her safe every day and every night. In the end, the ship went down and sank without a trace, but it left us with a priceless treasure, our orphan girl called Grace. Thank you very much. If you want to see any more of these and have a read, have a look at the Weathervane ebook. Thank you very much. Bye now.